looking a little bit frosty this morning, like that might be a bit of a shock.
What swim do you have this morning?
Got a long aerobic swim, so between 5 and 6k, long efforts. Yeah, it's not going to be fun, I can tell you that much, so just get it done and get on to the next session later on. Just finished up that aerobic swim session, worked out to be about 5.2, 5.3k, so yeah, it was pretty good, felt strong, which is nice. Now we're going to head home, refuel, and I've got a brick session before then going to work a bit later on. I start work at 4, so I've got to get my brick session in before that. So we've had a couple of comments on our most recent YouTube video regarding what I do for a job and my, I guess, work training balance, and we had a specific couple of questions from, what's his name?
Tony McDill.
Tony McDill. So thanks very much for your comment, and I'll try my best to answer your questions now.
Okay, so question number 1 was, can you talk about training and your work balance?
Okay, so with regards to when I work, I make sure that I work in the afternoon/evening so that I can get all my training done in the morning. It does mean that I do have quite long days of training and working, but you know, I need to get the training in and I need to earn some money at the same time, so that's what I do. I work in the afternoon/evening.
Question number 2 is, did you have to work with your boss that still allows you to train full time?
Simple answer is yes. Initially I started working for this company and I was doing hours from 5 until midnight, 4 days a week, and I was finding that was just terrible, because I was getting to bed at about 1 in the morning. Then like today I'll be getting up early, getting up at like 6, and don't have a lot of sleep, and your training just gets affected, and that's what I want to do. So I'm only doing this job to supplement my training, so my training needs to be at the forefront of my mind, and everything needs to be focused on the training. So I had a discussion with the boss man, and I basically said, look, I need to finish at 11 latest, and he said, yep, that's cool. Can you start an hour earlier? And I was like, yeah, you know what, let's start an hour earlier. So now I do 4 days of work, 4 days a week, starting from 4, finishing at 11. So was that 28 hours a week. This week I'm working 5 days, so I'm doing a bit more, but it means that I can do all my training in the day, and then do my work in the evening. And then the days that I'm not working, if I need to catch up on some sleep, then I'll have sort of an hour, 2 hours nap in the day, because it can be quite tiring, you know, doing all your training. So let's say 3-4 hours of training in the day and then doing 7 hours of work at night is quite a lot, but at the end of the day it needs to be done. I need the money.
Last question is, did you have the job before you turned pro?
No, I didn't. So graduated from university, then turned professional, and then I actually had a few jobs. This wasn't the first job that I had. I worked in a few pubs, didn't really like it. The hours were terrible because I was finishing really early in the morning. Then I did Domino's delivery, which isn't glamorous, but at the end of the day, it's money. But because I drive to Bath every day, 5 days a week, it's a lot of miles on my car. It's like 45 minutes each way. So doing that during the day and then also doing Domino's deliveries at night, I was racking so many miles on my car, spending so much money on fuel. I worked out, if I worked there for a year, I probably would have done 20 to 25,000 miles on my car in a year, which is stupid. So quit that job after about 2 months, found this job, and now it seems to be working pretty well. The boss is pretty understandable with my situation, but I'm obviously understandable understandable that they need someone who's reliable. So it's kind of like a two-way relationship that we have, and seems to be working pretty well. It's not easy, but you know, if it was easy, everyone would do it. So and I'm also in the process of gaining my level 2 coaching qualification, so I'll be qualified in April, and after that be able to do some coaching, which will be another source of income, and then hopefully be able to reduce the hours a little bit where I'm working now. But yeah, that's what it is at the minute. Yeah, it's all good. So Chris and myself, we've really enjoyed you guys commenting on the videos. We're getting more and more comments on each video, which is really good, and we're also really enjoying answering your questions on Instagram as well, and YouTube. So keep up with that. If you've got any more questions, keep commenting. We'll answer them as best we can, whether it's on a video or just a message. So yeah, if you've got anything to ask, just shoot it our way, and we'll get the answer to you as soon as we can. So we've got on the second session of the day, done the swim, nailed in the bike. We've got an hour with some pretty tasty sweet spot efforts, so I hope it goes well. So we've got an hour session on the bike. I think it's like a 20-minute zone 2 warm-up, 10-minute sweet spot, 5-minute spin recovery, 8-minute sweet spot, 4-minute recovery, 6-minute sweet spot, 3-minute recovery, and then goes down like 4-minute sweet spot, 2-minute sweet spot, with like shortened recovery after each shortened rep. And then I've got a run off the bike, just a 30-minute steady run off the bike, so 6k, just hitting 5-minute per Ks. Get used to running off the bike now. It's getting to that point now where bike sessions have got a bit more intensity, run sessions like falling on from the bike having a bit more intensity, but this one today we just got a steady run off, and then that's the training done for today. And if I've got time, I'll have a little nap before work, but I'm not too sure if I'll get time. But yeah, we'll see. I've not done this session before, so we'll see what happens. I think I chose a towel that's too small because I feel like it's going to get quite sweaty, but oh well.
No, heaven or gold, 'cause I got you, don't wanna show, show what's up, show my heart, all that I need.
Obviously, if you don't upload to Strava, it didn't happen, so get on it. Okay, so that's the session done, which is pretty good. The bike session was alright. That was not convincing. It was pretty hard. It's a sweet spot session. I kind of did try briefly to try and hold the power in my TT position, but just wasn't happening. So I think I just need to have a few more bike sessions where I build a bit more strength, and then keep, you know, trying to hold the bike position and the power, and then, you know, it eventually comes. So yeah, in about you know, a month or so, it'd be good if I can hold a session like that in my TT position, but I'm not too annoyed at myself for not holding it in the position. It was good, I was holding good power, so that's all that matters at the minute. The position will come towards the season, and then the 30-minute run off was just a 30-minute run off. Had a bit of a stitch, but you just gotta, I guess you gotta run through it, and that's the great thing about the treadmill, is that, you know, if I was out on the road and I had a stitch, I'd probably just like slow down a little bit and even stop and try and walk it off. But the treadmill, obviously, it just keeps going, so it's kind of like a training partner. It just keeps pushing you, so you just push yourself through it. So that was good, and I was hoping to, you know, get a kip for an hour or so before work, but that's not going to happen because I've got to get some food and everything. By the time I've showered and everything, I like 30-minute nap just seems a bit pointless. So yeah, get showered, have some food, go to work until 11, get back 11:30, probably get into bed at like quarter to midnight, and get up and do a similar sort of thing tomorrow.
Cool.
Okay, no doubt.